Garten of BanBan Chapter 8's final trailer is insane and has a ton of lore in it. In today's video, we're going to do an initial reaction to it, but that's not where it stops. The most important part is we're going to go over every single detail found within the chapter that you might have missed when you watched it yourself. Some of the secrets in this video are going to change the entire perspective of the Garten of BanBan franchise. And by the end of it, I know exactly what the plot will be for the Garten of BanBan Chapter 8 Anti-Devil. So if that sounds good to you, grab your popcorn and drink, and let's go ahead and jump right into the first initial reaction to the trailer. Okay, so we start off in a prison. Man, these Javanium creatures are huge. Is he stomping him out? Is this Syringen's prison?
I'm glad to see you're okay. At least I know what happened to me wasn't in vain.
He knocked us out and put us in a prison.
All sorts of crazy things that happened while I was gone. Man, do I want today to be over already.
Look.
Sounds like something straight out of it.
It's like a dictator down here.
Attention, all beautiful.
I just noticed our device is different too.
Facility. A dangerous human has recently escaped containment.
That's us. Oh, Flumbo's in there. Never. Bro, what is that? Play with.
The new reclamation team has been dispatched.
The devil. Flumbo.
Now justice will be served.
Like Sherriff Toadster. Sir Data do what?
Someone hit you over the head recently?
Bro, that's supposed to be the new OG cast before. Well, we know what happened there. What the heck happened to Stinger Flynn?
Mommy, finally found us!
It's the children, bro! I forgot we were even looking for kids. Pause. Bro, that's crazy. All right, we got to break this down right now. All right, let's go frame by frame here, right? So we're obviously in a jail cell. This is clear. I mean, bro, the Javanium creatures now, though, look at them. And this one's stomping out another one. So have they turned on each other? Because the last that I saw them, these were all friendly. Like, they were chill. But I guess they're running the jail cell. Now, as we walk down this hallway, you can see we're getting led by BanBan. Obviously, it's the BanBan that was left off at the end of Chapter 7. And I mean, he's looking like he's in some bad shape. He's probably leading us to the closet here, I'd imagine. But our devices also changed. And you can see we have Celine Snail on here. And I don't know what exactly they're looking for, but you can tell at the end of Chapter 7, they, Syringen, took us and threw us into this jail cell. And that's exactly where we got left off here. All of this is us getting out of the jail and probably getting escorted out by BanBan since he's close to Syringen. Now, this place is clearly taken over by Syringen. He's the dictator of this new part of the facility, or old part of the facility, but mainly it's him kind of going off what the scientists originally wanted. Right? Like, we got glimpses of that in Garten of BanBan 0, where he decided he was going to take his own route. And that seems to be what he's done here. Now, I don't know what that is, but what's that mouth do? Because this thing, I've never seen. I guess it's a Javanium blob, similar to what we've seen in Garten of BanBan 0. I would say it's my character, but we already know what happened to me, sadly. So, Preston plays, you know, he did what he had to do. But this is further pushing the approach that Syringen is like the dictator down here. Like, you can literally see he's got banners of himself all throughout. But now look at this jail cell. This person here, like, they're not showing him or her for no reason. We're supposed to be looking for Jumbo Josh here, and we unleash this character. It's gonna come into play. Now look at what our new device does. The remote now controls different parts of the like screens with a shock. This right here is what interested me. It's obviously a clear distinction from what we're used to seeing. Like, it went from this to this. Why on earth did they make this so graphic and so much different background-wise in comparison to what we've seen before? Now, this could be Syringen's chambers, because the wall here looks very similar to what I'm looking at here as well. And obviously, the rest of this with these floating balls, pause, is some type of laboratory. Now, I want to see what this says right here. What does this say? You have found a musical room. Count the different oh, okay, so this is probably one of the puzzles in here in order to get out. Now, it shows a glimpse of the closet, goes into never, and then we get backhanded by a Javanium security guard. Now, this is obviously not Sheriff Toadster's prison. Instead, shortly after, we get chased by this insane creature, which I'm sure people have already come up and found the name of it, found the copyrights and everything else in between. But this thing is insane looking. I mean, they're taking BanBan to a whole nother level. Garten of BanBan, I should say. It's now a more horror game instead of like the fun mascot horror games before. They've really been trying to amp it up with the last few chapters. And I think that's exactly what they're doing here. Like when this thing is chasing me, bro, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my cool. Now you can see here our device is showing Scion, which I think is really a representation of the characters that we need to find. They're not naming them. Instead, they're going by colors, which is something that I could see Syringan doing. Instead of naming his characters or his experiments, instead what he's doing in this case is saying you need to find the colors. Okay, fair enough. So, never play with the devil. Yeah, the devil. And then you show Flumbo falling down into a pit as Syringan and BanBan slowly turn around, looking at the closet. So I don't know about you, but this is pretty much showing the relationship between BanBan and Syringan has continued on from chapter 0 all the way into chapter 8. And these bros are not looking to do anything but cause some trouble. We know Syringan is really pressed on making his science experiments come to life, and it doesn't look like he's going to stop in chapter 8. This is obviously just a puzzle and then a storage container. But now look at this. This creature here, not one that we've seen in the chapter up until this point, unless it's one of the Javanium creatures, but they don't usually have, as you can see, claws. So this creature that's being introduced here, as it's grabbing what looks to be a piece of BanBan, is probably a new creature. But what's interesting about this is it could be the Joker. I don't know, you tell me. It could potentially be Bitter Giggles. Then you can see Sir Dadadoo is back and worse than ever. And then we also have a BanBan. Now, this is interesting here because I want to go ahead and turn up the volume real quick. Listen to this.
Someone hit you over the head. Someone hit you over the head recently.
One more time.
Someone hit you over the head recently.
Is that not Bitter Giggles speaking right there? I would think it is. So that means that Bitter Giggles is still out there, ladies and gentlemen. Bitter Giggles is going to be doing his thing, and this could potentially be him right here somehow. No, these are stacks of Javanium creatures. But maybe this character that I was speaking of before is some type of demented Bitter Giggles. I'm just saying. Or, I mean, we do see BanBan here covered in green, but I don't know. Maybe his hand is also covered a little bit in green as he reaches for that plushie. I'm really interested as to who that could possibly be. But these scenes are really important here, so I want you guys to pay attention. So, Flumbo eventually will come out of the closet. We know that. Now, I don't see Syringan's body here, and if you go back to where we were looking at them before, they both were outside the closet as we walked up behind them. But Syringan has made a call for the human that apparently, you know, he's looking for us. So I don't think he would casually just turn around and see us. And then when Flumbo comes out of the closet, everything seems to go back to normal, except what we were unveiling at the end of chapter 7, which put us in this whole mess to begin with. Flumbo was supposed to be the replacement for BanBan. We know that already. We already got that information in Garten of BanBan 0, but none of that is the most important part of this chapter trailer. This is. Mommy, you finally found us. Interesting, no? The children are still alive. What does that mean for the future of Garten of BanBan? I mean, we were looking for them. Literally, it's been so long that I forgot we were looking for children. This also confirms that we are a female protagonist, which is interesting. All of this stuff is interesting, right? But what is interesting the most about this is that when we come down here and you look at this, the last image that we see is a small Stinger Flynn, or something that represents what Stinger Flynn looks like. Interesting, huh? Did Syringan find the children, take them from their original kindergarten, bring them down here, and experiment on them, making them into different creatures that are going to be spread throughout this laboratory, this prison, whatever it is that takes place in chapter 8. How does Flumbo play a part into this? Now, this is important because this could broaden the story of Garten of BanBan. Now, at this point, we're not only looking for children, we might be trying to fix what Syringan has done to them, further progressing in the storyline. All I know is this trailer, this teaser, everything about it is insane. And the voice lines, I do want you to hear it one more time.
You're okay. At least I know what happened to me wasn't in vain.
The audio of it is important because BanBan says that he's glad that we're okay, right? So BanBan isn't technically against us yet. He could also be talking to Flumbo, which is important, but let's keep listening.
The servant told me all sorts of crazy things that happened while I was gone. Man, do I want today to be over already. Sounds like something straight out of a dream.
Attention!
So, in my opinion, it's probably BanBan. He says the surgeon has told him all the things that happened while he was gone. Sounds crazy, this and that and the other. But it doesn't sound like he's being hostile towards us. So it doesn't really explain what happens here. Maybe he's not coming after us. But what's different here is Syringan's attitude towards his community. Listen to what he's saying.
Happened while I was gone. Man, do I want today to be over already. Sounds like something straight out of a dream.
Attention, all beautiful citizens of my facility. A dangerous human has recently escaped containment.
A dangerous human has recently escaped containment, right? So the last thing that we saw was we were in a prison, right? We got put into prison. I would have initially thought it was Flumbo, but he said human. He's not considering Flumbo to be human because Flumbo's obviously a science project freak. All right, that was rude. But you know what I mean. He's not human. We're human.
Recently escaped containment.
Then he sends his creatures after us.
The new reclamation team has been dispatched.
A new reclamation team. Would you say this thing is a part of the new reclamation team? Interesting.
Now justice will be served.
And we get Sherriff Toadster, who's back into the fold, saying that justice will be served. Obviously, he's still heartbroken about what happened to Bitter Giggle. But did anything actually happen to Bitter Giggle?
Someone hit you over the head recently?
Did anything happen to Bitter Giggle? These are all questions that I have. And if you ask me, the whole plot of the storyline is going to go as follows. BanBan is going to help us escape from this prison because it looks like he's the one escorting us through it. Once we get through, Syringan's not going to like that. Syringan's going to hate the fact that he let us out because now we know the truth about Flumbo. BanBan obviously has two sides of him. One that cares, one that doesn't care so much. When he lets us out, we're going to get to Sherriff Toadster. Sherriff Toadster is going to help us put an end to Syringan and find these children. We do find the children. Bitter Giggles somehow comes back into the fold, and he seems to be okay. Maybe it's a different form of Bitter Giggles, because obviously the one that we saw, the one that attacked us in the last chapter, was a lot more evil. A lot could happen in this chapter. All I know is this game is shaping up to be the best chapter of Garten of BanBan yet. There's going to be a lot of mystery, a lot of lore, and I can't wait to play it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see some more breakdowns just like this, do me a big favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, peace out!